Hello everyone, welcome to you all. My name is Rajiv and today our topic of discussion is China and India's relationship. Also called as Sino-Indian relation or Indo-Chinese relation, it refers to the bilateral relationship between China and India. These two nations have sought for an economic cooperation with each other while also having a frequent border disputes among them. The modern relationship began in the year 1950 when India was among the first countries to end formal ties with the Taiwan Republic of China and recognize People's Republic of China as the legitimate government of the mainland China. China and India are the two major regional powers in Asia and are the two most populous countries in the world and also the fastest growing major economies. Cultural and economic relations between China and India date back to ancient times. The Silk Route not only served as a major trade route between India and China, but also credited for facilitating the spread of Buddhism from India to East Asia. During World War II, both British India and PRC played a crucial role in halting the progress of Japan. Relations between contemporary China and India have been characterized by border disputes, resulting in three military conflicts. 1. Sino-India War of 1962, 2. Chola Incident of 1967, 3. 1987 Indian skirmish, Samdurongsu standoff. Two countries also clashed at the Doklam Plateau along the disputed Sino-Bhutanese border. However, since late 1980, both countries have successfully rebuilt diplomatic and economic ties. In 2008, China became India's largest trading partner. Despite growing economic and strategic ties, there are lots of hurdles for India and China to overcome. India faces trade imbalance heavily in favor of China. Two countries failed to resolve their border disputes and now both countries are steadily building their military infrastructure along the border areas, including amid this 2020 India-China skirmishes. Additionally, India remains worried about China's strong strategic bilateral relation with Pakistan and China's funding to the separatist group in the northeast India. While China has expressed concern about Indian military and economic activities in the disputed area of South China Sea. China and India are separated by the Himalayas. Today, China and India shares its border with Nepal and Bhutan, acting as a buffer states. The parts of disputed Kashmir and Ladakh region claimed by India are claimed and administered by either Pakistan, such as in Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, or by China in Aksai Chin. China and India also have disputes on some parts of Arunachal Pradesh. Many items of Indus Valley origin have been excavated from various archaeological sites in China, dating from Western Zhou and Spring and Autumn period to Han and Jin dynasties, indicating early cultural exchanges. China and India also had some contact before the transmission of Buddhism. References to a peoples called Chinas are found in ancient Indian literature. The Indian epic Mahabharata contains references to China, which may be referring to the Qin state, which later became the Qin dynasty. Chanakya, the Prime Minister of Maurya Empire, refers to Chinese silk as Sinam Suka, Chinese silk dress, and Sinapatta, Chinese silk bundle in his Arthashastra. The first record of contact between China and India were written during the 2nd century BCE, especially following the expedition of Zhang Quan to Central Asia at 113 to 114 BCE. Buddhism was transmitted from India to China in 1st century. In the 18th to 19th century, the Sikh Empire expanded into neighboring lands. It had annexed Ladakh into the state of Jammu in 1834. In 1841, they invaded Tibet and overruns the part of western Tibet. Chinese army defeated the Sikh army in December 1841, forcing Sikh army to withdraw and in turn entered and seized Leh, where they were again defeated by Sikh army. At this point, neither side wished to continue the conflict. After this, two parties signed a treaty in September 1842 which stipulated no transgression or interference in the other country's frontiers. Indian soldiers, known as sepoys, who were in British service, participated in First and Second Opium War against Qing China. Indian sepoys were also involved in the suppression of Boxer Rebellion in 1900. On 1st October 1949, the People's Liberation Army defeated Kuomintang, also called Nationalist Party, and on 15 August 1947, India became Democratic Republic. After India's constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950, India established diplomatic relations with the PRC on 1st April 1950, the first non-communist and socialist nation in Asia to do so. In October 1954, China and India signed an agreement regarding Tibet whereby India recognized Tibet as a part of China, with China accepting the continuance of the previous trade agreement. After signing the 1954 agreement, India published a new map showing defined borders as it became apprehensive that China might make a claim on Indian territory, as two major territorial disputes existed between China and India, which in northeast Indian territory included the Arunachal Pradesh region up to the McMahon line, and in western sector included the Aksai Chin Plateau, which Chinese maps started showing as their territory in the year 1940. When India discovered that China has built road through the region, border clashes and protests became more frequent. In January 1959, PRC Premier Zhou Enlai wrote to Nehru pointing out that no government in China had accepted as legal the McMahon line, which the 1914 Simla Convention defined the eastern section of the border, India and Tibet. The border disputes resulted in a short border war between China and India on 20 October 1962. The border clash resulted in the overall defeat of India as the PRC pushed the Indian forces to within the 48 km of the Assam plains in the northeast. It also occupied strategic point in the Aksai Chin and the Demchok region of Ladakh. In 21 November, China unilaterally declared a ceasefire. Meanwhile, China and Pakistan relations improved much better and Sino-Soviet relations worsened. In late 1967, there were two more conflicts between Chinese and Indian forces at their contested border in Sikkim known as Nathula and Chola clashes. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but this time India came out in a better position than China. In the year 1971, India signed its Treaty of Peace, Friendship and Cooperation with the Soviet Union. The PRC sided with Pakistan in its December 1970 war with India. On 10th May 2020, Chinese and Indian troops clashed in Nathula, Sikkim, leaving 11 soldiers wounded or injured. Following the skirmishes in Sikkim, tension between the two countries grew in Ladakh region with the build-up of massive troops at the multiple locations. There were 20 Indian soldiers killed on night and unknown number of PLA soldiers killed on the night of 15 and 16 June at Galwan Valley of Ladakh region. Bilateral agreement between China and India prevent the use of gun along the LAC. However, this skirmishes saw the first warning shot being fired in decades. And following the Galwan Valley incident, there were renewed calls across India to boycott Chinese goods. However, several Indian government officials said that border tension would have little impact on a trade between the two countries. On 29 June, Indian government banned 59 widely used Chinese mobile phone and desktop applications in response to rising tension and escalating diplomatic dispute between the two nations. And on 19 August, Times of India reported that the Ministry of External Affairs of India has been told that visas for Chinese businessmen, academics, industry experts and advocacy groups will need prior security clearance, and the measures for similar to those that have long been employed with Pakistan. And on 27 October, United States and India signed the Basic Exchange of Cooperation, also called BECA, enabling greater information sharing and further defense cooperation to counter China's growing military power in the region. The United States and Russia have been the consistent part of development in the Chinese and Indian relations. As a major power, Japan also has been a part of India-China relation with initiatives such as the Quadrilateral Security Dialogues, also known as Quad, whereas the Pakistan and China shares relation in an attempt to contain India. The Middle East, Latin America and Africa are the places where both India and China engage and compete. The Middle East is important for both the countries, China and India, in terms of their energy security. China and India conduct a joint military exercise called Exercise Hand in Hand. The exercise began in 2007 with the second edition taking place in 2008. The third, fifth and seventh edition of Hand in Hand conducted in China, in 2013, 2015 and 2018 respectively, while the 4th and 6th edition were held in India in 2014 and 2016. The 8th edition was also held in India in 2019. A total of 6 rivers that start from Tibet flows through India, such as Indus River, Satluj River, Karnali River, Subansiri River, Brahmaputra River and Lohit River. India has concerns with China's water diversion, dam buildings and inter-river plans. And more so, in a conflict, India fears that China can use the river waters as a leverage. And China has already constructed 10 dams on the Brahmaputra River and its tributaries such as Zangmu Dam. And now there has been a talk of China building a mega dam at the Great Bend called Motor Dam. India's concerns also stem from the fact that China does not cooperate with regard to timely sharing of information related to the project which would impact water sharing. And nor does China allow Indian experts to visit the dam site for an inspection. China and India both had developed their own complementary skills following a period in which they had cut themselves off from each other. By 2007, while China excelled at cost-effective manufacturing, India was skilled in cost-effective designing and development. In the year 2007, Tarun Khanna wrote in Harvard Business Review that the simplest and the most powerful way of combining China and India is to focus on hardware in China and software in India. There are the cases when Indian companies have gone to China and done well, such as Mahindra and Mahindra, while Chinese companies such as Huawei have done well in India. And in the oil sector, there is a tough competition and engagement. China's Sinopec and China National Petroleum Corporation and India's Oil and Natural Gas Corporation (ONGC) fight over oil assets in some regions while winning bids at joint ventures in others, such as Syria, Colombia, Angola and Venezuela. India imported 65.3 billion worth of goods from China in fiscal year ended March 2020 and exported 16.6 billion according to the Commerce Ministry. In 2012, when Jinbao, the Premier of China, and Manmohan Singh, the Prime Minister of India, set a goal to increase the bilateral trade between two countries to $100 billion in 2015. The bilateral trade between China and India touched $89.6 billion in 2017 and 18, with the trade deficit widening to $62.9 billion in China's favor. Meanwhile, Hong Kong and India, which stand at another $34 billion. China import from India amounted to 16.4 billion or 0.8% of its overall import and 4.2% of India's overall export in the year 2014. Whereas Chinese export to India amounted to 58.4 billion or 2.3% of its overall export and 12.6% of India's overall import in 2014. In 2018, a standing committee on commerce submitted a report on the impact of Chinese goods on Indian industry. The report pointed out insufficient implementation of anti-dumping laws, reliance of Chinese raw material in sectors such as pharmaceuticals, reliance on Chinese import in India's national solar mission. Goods and services tax, also known as GST, on a certain products resulting in an increased import from the China, and also the Indian Smart Cities Administrator preferring Chinese bicycles over the Indians one. And with that said, I'm taking your leave. My name is Rajiv. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.